In this presentation, we're going to be given an equation of a line. Our goal will be to graph that line on the x and y coordinate plane. So the equation of our line is y equals 2x minus 4. And really we need to understand that a line is just a collection of points in which the slope in between every 2 points is the same. That being said, if a line is just a collection of points, what I can do is I can create a table of x and y values. And while 2 points is really enough to make a line, I can create 3 just to make sure that my math is correct and that those points are all on the same line. So I've made my x and y table, and I need to pick my x's. I'm going to choose whichever x's I like. Now, 0 is a great x because that's going to make the math really easy. And then just to remain sequential, I'm going to choose 0, 1, and 2. I can choose any 3 x values, but again, I'm choosing these because I believe that they're going to be very easy to do the math. As soon as I pick 0 for x, I need to take my equation and plug in 0 for my x. So now it's 2 times 0 minus 4, and it doesn't take much math for me to recognize that that's just y equals negative 4. So when x is 0, y is negative 4. When x is 1, so the same idea, y equals 2 times 1 minus 4. I get 2 minus 4 for y, and y is negative 2. And when x is 2, it does not take much math again for me to realize that y is 0. So now all I need to do is create an x and y axis, and I'm going to number my axis. I'm going to go over and up by ones traditionally because my table tends to call for that. And I'm just going to plot my 3 points. My first point was at 0, negative 4, so I'm going to go over 0, down negative 4, and I'm going to put a point there. My next point is at 1, negative 2, so I'm going to go over 1, down negative 2, and put a point there. And my final point is at 2, 0, so I'm going to go over 2, up 0. There's my last point, and I'm going to connect those 3 points. Keep in mind that my line is not very straight here at all, but if I had a ruler and some good graph paper, this would be an appropriate line. I'm going to put arrows at the end of my line to show that the line continues. So now how would I graph the equation 2y minus 3x equals 6? So this is a little bit more complicated because the y is not by itself. There's going to be a little bit more math that I'll have to do, but I'm still going to use 0, 1, and 2 for this method of graphing. In a later presentation, you'll notice that there actually is a much easier way to graph this equation, but for now we'll stick with the 0, 1, and a 2. So when I plug 0 in for x, I have 2y minus 3 times 0, which is just 0, equals 6. I'll solve that equation for y, so 2y equals 6, and y equals 3. So now I'll do the same thing with 1, so 2y minus 3 times 1, which is 3, equals 6. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. 2y equals 9, and y equals 9 over 2, which I'm going to keep as a decimal in this case, 4.5. And then last but certainly not least, when I make x equal to 2, 2y minus 6 equals 6, 2y equals 12, and then I would get y equals 6. So now all I would have to do would be go to a sheet of graph paper and plot the points 0, 3, 1, 4.5, 2, 6, and draw a continuous straight line through those 3 points, making sure that I have arrows on the end. Of course, graphing the point 1, 4.5 may require a little bit of guesswork. And that's why I would say that while creating a table might be the simplest way to graph a line, it may not always be the easiest.